No joke, it smells like literal shit in here, and I'm starting to think there might be a dead animal in my room. Oh well. Today I'm going to be continuing. This video, I'm going to be. Can I look at the camera? In this video, I'm going to be continuing with my binary C++ project. Yeah. No, I'll show you grills. Right. So in the last video, where is it? In the last video, I got a comment from Gizmizu. I actually don't know who this is. I'm wondering if I'd know them through some other means, but I don't recognize that username. Anyway, they said, yeah. So this wasn't the last video. This was a different video. The last video was much longer. Jesus Christ! Okay, let me go back here. The last video was 5.5 hours long. Okay, dude, how can I do that for 5.5 hours? Like, you don't realize, or I don't realize how much time I spent on this shit until I record it, because that's crazy. Anyway, this video was the day before that, and I talked about, well, let me just play it back. In fact, I need to switch my volume. I noticed my volume is really quiet. It's actually where you that should be better, like this, like more audible. I think this is valid. C++. So my debate here is a bit small there, but I was debating whether I should do. Well, let me pull it up actually. I don't know. Let's just do some like random file. So the debate was for my library. What the hell? Should I have write? Okay, like I think we can all agree that this is better than this, right? Like, there is no need to have this string be explicit, because we know for a fact that this is a string. In fact, if this were accurate, it would actually be const char, because this is a const char literal, and we don't even like, if anything, a string view, right, that we're writing. Hence, in my library, I had like this as a shortcut, as a alias. But like, it's unnecessary because a string is always a string. Like, there's no question about if it's like the size is the length, right? So like, there's nothing there that I need to specify. But for integers, it's different. So for integers, the two options are this. In fact, let's do U16 just to kind of emphasize the point. So the two options are this or this, more or less. Or I guess you could also do like static cast U16 16. Okay, I don't know why I'm choosing 16. That's a really bad number. Anyway, well, ignore that example. Let's do like 7. Okay, right. So these are the two options. Now notice how the length is actually the same, which is cool. Now this second one is more flexible, because it means that if I have a U16 foo equals 7, right, it means I can just write foo. Now, why is this bad? Well, we may not know what foo is. We may not have that context at hand, and so when we look at the writing code, it's a bit unclear what the size of this is meant to be. Of course, you could hover over foo and see it's a U16, which I guess is what you should be doing with an LSP. But anyway, there is actually an interesting argument in general for what you should make visible in your code versus what you should leave to the LSP IDE to tell you, right? But like, you know, like should I write my type here as well, and should I say what the thing is here? You know, thing to write. You know what I mean? Like how much should we be exposing to the actual text, or make it explicit? But anyway, point is, if we had the other method, it would look like this, which some would say is redundant, right? Because why are we having U16 foo? And like, also, if this is U32, the other case for this is that you would have to explicit. Okay, okay. Yep, I don't know how I got so back. You would have to explicitly cast this, you know, you have to explicitly cast this, or at least construct this as a U16. You could also, I guess, like reinterpret cast it, but whatever the case, for it to write a U16, right? Sorry, here. Whereas for the other one, it would be implicit. So I'd write a U16, but I'd use a foo, which is a U32, right? So now this is an implicit narrowing, whereas this is explicit. So that's the other argument. And for that reason, because this makes it explicit narrowing, whereas this is implicit narrowing, I'm going to actually go with this option, where I do not have the explicit template parameter. Now the other thing I can do actually is support both. For instance, I do believe that both of these would work based on my current, how I'm currently doing it, just because whether or not you specify string view, it would still choose, like it would still go for that overload anyway, which isn't bad, right? I guess that's okay, like optionally, but like for this is useless, and for this is like promoting bad behavior, which I don't really want to do. I'd rather this is the case. Like in Rust, I guess you'd write it like this as well, right? Maybe you like overload it. Well, actually, in Rust, maybe you could just do this. I don't know. But anyway, yeah, so those are my... okay. Quit, please. Those are my thoughts there. So let's go ahead and open this project, first of all. So cd projects, there we go. Put the neovim. Yeah, so... our writing, that's reading. Reading is fine because you kind of have to specify it anyway. Like that's a no argument. But for the writing, so here you can see I actually removed the templating for writing here by string view and also by byte. What I didn't remove was this yet, but I am considering it. So if I removed it, it would actually, yeah, no. Actually saying that, the only way I don't allow the angular bracket syntax is if I were to not make this a template. And to not make this a template, I would have to either do, maybe auto would work, though I'm not entirely sure, or I just have to like manually overload, manually implement each function. So maybe this is actually necessary anyway. In which case, say the choice is yours. Well, it's not. I suppose I have to do it. It's that, or I, again, like make each one explicit, but that's not really what I want to do. Like I could do like a write internal, right, and then have a void, and I obviously make this one private, and then have like a void write for a U32, for instance, right? And then I just have that call write internal with U32. Like I could do that to like really just stop people from doing it, but like that's why would I do that? Like it's not very idiomatic for C++, so I guess I'll just keep this. So in this case, then you can't. You can't specify string view, and you shouldn't anyway, but you can specify an integral. Or if you were to expand the form, like this, right? Like, you can do this, and then do like, I don't know, 5, if you want to. Or you can explicitly do it like this. So then, in that case, the choice is yours. And, yeah, you know what? Since I can't really decide anyway, I guess that's actually fine. Same as set endian, really. Well, no, that's not how that works. But anyway, like set endian is designed such that you would just do like set endian, just static, right? So binary set endian of 5 to endian little, right? Like in theory, you could like let's say 5. Okay, in theory, let's say 5 was a U32, right? I could, like, if I wanted to, have this be a U16, so like it would implicitly narrow to a U16. I could do that, but no one ever does this. So like it really is at the discretion of the user for what they want to do with that. Okay, so I guess that resolves that then, which is just that I can't really do anything about it anyway. Don't know why that wasn't indented. Yeah. Okay. So, what's actually left for me to do now? I don't think there's much more, is there? I mean, first of all, it does compile, I think, which is obviously quite important, or maybe it doesn't. I don't know. Let's try CMake build. I think I got it compiling last time. Yeah. I also like works on the errors and stuff, but this is binary. Then there's the binary view class. The binary view class, yeah, it returns a binary error, so that seems to be fine. These read functions are fine. I don't think I have any qualms with them, at least not right now. Did I finish? Yeah, I should really like write plans for myself whenever I finish something. Also, which of these are actually necessary? Like, what's algorithm doing? I don't know. Fstream, the files, float, yeah, string view, vector. I just don't know what algorithm was doing there. There's literally no pattern found for algo, so like standard transform, no, I don't know. I don't know what that was for. Okay, so yep. So the thing is just that for reading, you still have to specify like string view. So you could do SV, right, or you could use just the full thing, standard string view. And yeah, and I think you can also specify a length. No, you can't, because it's a string view versus a closed one. Actually, let me check that. Read integral byte string and string view. String view. Oh yeah. So string view just returns until a null pointer, null terminator. Sorry, as you would expect from a const char pointer, whereas string, it has a size. Makes sense. Yeah. So null terminator strings by reference. Reference. Don't know what that means. Yeah. And in this case, you're gonna have to specify what it is, because you can't deduce it from the type parameters alone. Because there's no arguments to really tell you. Okay. Why does byte have an optional offset, but these ones don't? It's a bit strange. That's very strange, actually. It's not even used, is it? Right? Yeah, I don't use this. That's dead code. Let me just delete that. Don't know why that's there. Does it apply to these two? Oh, well, that's weird. Peak at offset. Yeah, no, yeah, it makes sense for the peak functions, because those can do offsets. But the read should just be at the point it is, so that makes no sense. Okay, fix that. Commit, remove dead function parameter, and push that. Okay, so yeah, what is left to do? I assume it's pretty much fully functional, right? It's just the errors that I really need to go through. Oopsie daisy. Yeah. I like to kind of flesh them out a bit more. Let me go through these functions again and see what the fail conditions are and see what the errors should be. So binary HPP. First of all, we got these ones. I mean, so this is equals. It can't do anything. It can't error. I could throw an exception, but I'd rather not. This is going off the page. This is just annoying. But these are the where am I actually? This is line. Yeah, let me go up. Sorry. Yeah, so for writing, okay, I just changed this. Whoops. Revert. Test change. Yeah, so for writing, this can't fail. apparently. Value size, if pause is more than source size, structure resize. Value set engine. The thing is, a resize can fail. I think if I go to the, okay, if I go to the thing here for write, no, that's weird. Yeah, so I think write can fail, right? Because a resize can just run out of memory. Right now is void as well, so it doesn't even return any errors. Even though it probably should. Calculated length is value.size. What's calculated about that? Literally, I don't even understand that. What's length? Length is the one passed in. Ah, okay, and then pads it. Okay, yeah, I get it. That's fine. Yeah, so it's just a question of how much, if you run out of memory. Otherwise, these shouldn't fail. Right, so resize can throw an exception, I believe. So let's have a look for that. CPP resize, but rather vector resize. I think it's my bot apparently. Oh, it's cost expert, is it? Not that that's helping me anyway. Oh, it would have helped me actually. No, because it can like dynamically write. Resizes the container to contain count elements. Does nothing if count equals size. Exceptions. These functions have no effect. Land throw error is thrown if the capacity required by new vector would exceed max size. Huh. It's weird. I thought I had just retry. Yeah, like here it resizes, and then if it fails, I catch a bad alloc. Then I will do it in sufficient memory. Error. Although I didn't check what other ways it can fail. This is resize, so it's saying it only throws a length error. That's weird. Let me ask Gemini something. What exceptions can standard vector resize throw? What's max size? Oops. Doesn't say. Why does it say other ones? Am I missing something? Bad alloc? No? Okay. Sick. So it's max size, that's the thing here. So what am I catching? How do I catch all exceptions? Like I know like in Java, you can just do catch exception E. Oh, same here. Okay. Catch all. For vector resize, what non-SED exceptions would there be? I assume none. Okay. Yeah, so I'll just exception then. And we can assume that it's because of insufficient memory. Yeah. So I'll copy this, because it should be applied to all of these, really, because this can fail. Yeah. Which means these write functions actually need to return standard expected, void, or binary error. Okay. Then same thing down here. Oops. I see no reason not to collapse that onto one line, because I do it for if statements, so be a bit inconsistent otherwise. But there's 3 try blocks. Okay, makes sense, I guess. So the other one is this one. Yep. Paste it there. And the other one is in my main file here. Same code, okay. And then you also write the return type, standard expected, void binary error. Copy that into all of these and change this, oops, okay, change all of these to auto. Looks good to me. And same for the other things. These all need to also be auto. Well, by all I mean that one, because that's all there is. Okay. So that's consistent now. What else we got? Yeah, so size of t, that's fine. That's context per. If pos. Okay. I don't know if memcopy can fail. Where can I generally see exception info about methods, about standard methods? So I checked CP reference, but I don't see it. Bad alloc is implied. Oh shit. So if I want to check standard alloc, no, was it malloc? No, what was it? Memcopy. Right. Memcopy has nothing about exceptions. Marks no except in the synopsis. Where would I see that? This is not marked as no except. This is so annoying. But okay, apparently it can't, so let's just go with that. Byte swap shouldn't throw. I'd be very surprised if it does. Yep, no accept. What's it do? Bitcast, reverse, then bitcast again. Okay. Oh, hold on. I have a compiler error in my midst. There should be a semicolon there. Okay. So this can have an out of bounds error. That's fine. Memcopy is fine. Set endian is fine. These are all fine. I assume that goes for all of these peak functions because they don't really do anything. It already checks out of bounds errors, so that's fine. String construction from a reinterpret cast should be okay. Well, I will say though that this should probably be more like this to demonstrate that it's a construction as opposed to equals. Okay. Don't believe this can fail. It's fine. Alright, so string view gives you a reference for non-automated strings. So if you want to own it, you have to wrap it into a string. But that's fine because then you can just do standard string equals write. Oh, sorry. Well, in this case, read. Let's say read. Well, like I don't know, binary, right? The binary object dot read string view like that, and then you're owning it. So that's fine. And that would be stir, right? That's fine. For structs, should be okay. There's the same thing here, nothing different. The read ones do advance the pointer, but that shouldn't matter. If it goes out of bounds, then it can report that on the next thing. That's fine. Okay, so that's fine. So now let's check the actual thing code here as well, of course. Can't forget. Yeah, so I load a file not found. If it's not a regular file, then we get an invalid file. If it's not open, we get file not open. Those are all perfectly fine. Seek G should be okay because it goes to the end of the file. I don't see how that could fail. Tell G, like if the files fail to open, then it should already pick it up there, so that should be fine. The resize, we do the try and catch. File.read should be okay because we know that we've confirmed there's enough data to read into. So I believe that's okay. Actual file size, G count should be okay. If actual file size is not equal size, resize actual file size. So this is if the size is less, I think, which means this only shrinks, I believe. Let me just confirm this real quick. Based on this code, can actual file size ever exceed size? No. Exactly. So really we're looking at like less than or equal to size, or less than size even. And that's how we know that this, yeah, so like I could add a comment, but just making this a less than just makes it more clear. If it's more than, then yeah, like I could specify that, but if you know G count, you should know that's fine. So I'm gonna leave that. To comment or not to comment, that is the question. This is fine. Just mem copy. Same thing here. Mem copy, mem copy. Double mem copy, actually. Oh no, it's mem set. Never mind. To set as zeros. Yeah, that's fine. Nothing there. For dumping the file, this could fail, right? Like file output, that could just fail to write. Like open the file as well. I see. So this could, yeah, so this should definitely have checking. So let's have a look. OF stream. Does it inherit? Is open. Okay. So let's copy these. Specifically, this is the error we're looking for, so we'll copy that and go down to upstream, paste it here. If file output, that's a weird name to give it. Let's copy that to my clipboard and then do a search replace across this. So if file output, it should be output file. Yep, so if not output file is open, then file not open. The path should be output path. And that's that. This write could fail, I guess, in theory. Exceptions. Failure of an error occurs. What exception would it throw though? Like what am I catching here? Just a fail to write? I'm gonna be naughty and actually leave that. Yeah, I'm gonna leave that for now. I know that's kind of crazy, but it should be okay. These are fine. They don't do anything. I mean, I assume that size wouldn't throw. That'd be very so weird. Reserve. That could definitely throw an exception, right? Maybe not though. Yeah, no, I can. So bad alloc, yeah. So that can fail for the same reasons as the other ones. So let's have a look for a bad alloc. I had it. Let's copy this. And looking for reserve. Yeah. Yeah, so this has to be standard expect, okay, auto, and then trailing return type, standard expected, void or binary error, then copy that signature to here. What the hell? There it is. Okay. Do I mark these as no discard? Like I know they can fail, but I don't know. No, I don't think so. This is fine. Changes the position. That's fine. And this has a thing for size exceeded. Otherwise, it's fine. Yeah, that's fine. Okay. And then we're checking the other one as well. So binary view. Those look fine. This looks fine. All those are fine. That's fine. Sick. Okay, so I think we're done then for the error handling. I could change like some of the. No, like I think the data is appropriate. Let me just check the errors. So the thing is, like, if I change it to the interface later, it's gonna be kind of a pain in the ass for users. So null pointer. Pointer is null. Like the string doesn't matter, but the codes matter, and the data being passed matters, because that can't really change without breaking the ABI. Run out of memory, you have the address and the size, that's fine. Try to access data at position, but data isn't really yet. I mean, I guess the main thing is I just don't want to remove any fields. Like adding them is fine. It's just removing them which is problematic. So, like address for sure, size for sure. Should be okay. Size exceeded makes sense. Position size. For out of bounds, you have the access address and then data end. Also the names of these, like access address. Try to access data at address, but data ends. Yeah. So access address and end address, let's say. Oh, I didn't just rename these then. Right. Oh, so here. Damn it. And here. Okay. For file not found, using the path, the file, right? For invalid file, again, the path. File not open, path again. Yeah, so that's fine. And then adding to this variant should be okay. Okay, this looks good. So I guess I'm done with that then, am I? All that's left now is to use it in my XFBIN library. Oh, and fix these errors. Voice crack. 134. What's wrong? This. I'm like a hawk. Man, do I hate semicolons? Where's this? 87. What's wrong? Try catch. That's fine, isn't it? Size is not unknown. True. Okay, storage size. That probably comes up in other places. Okay, 72. return empty. A size here. Size is not here, so I have to do storage size. This can be value size. Must be. Size here as well, same thing, that's fine. Okay, that should work now. Next error, 96. What's wrong? Auto binary write. Alright, for some reason the trailing return just vanished. Let's add that back. Dump file. 117. What's wrong? Oh, right, okay. Find it here as well. Okie dokie. Span is not recognized. 180. Wrong file. 180. Span.size. Goddamn. How did I mess that up? God, like the error messages are so verbose that like to scroll through them is a bit pointless, which is why I just spam compile, because otherwise it's really hard to see. Okay, this is compiling, but I've got errors. Warning, sorry. 93. What's wrong? Implicit something. Size T. I'm using size T's all around, so that's okay. Control to the end of non-void function. Oh. Do I need to return? Okay. Sure, I guess. Do the same for this as well. Kind of weird that that's necessary, but. One, 2, 5, and 1, 8, 5. Whoa, this snuck in. Okay. Compile for good luck. Ooh, good measure. Alright, so now we'll add commit, cleanup, error handling, push, and yeah, it's pretty much good to go, isn't it? I think so anyway. So let's get our XFBIN project opened and let's get through that. So open it this tab here, CD projects, NUCC, CPP. Let me actually copy this command. So I can just quickly open it in terminal here and then paste it there. Okay. So we got that. Let me update those Git modules. So Git sub module update remote. Nice. If I check it here, it should be up to date. Well, I didn't push it yet, but Git add, git commit, update submodules. Nothing to commit. That's a bit concerning. Really? That is quite concerning. Let's have a look. Wrong thing. Yeah, okay. So git add, commit, submodules. Push that. Reload. Just check my messages. Going out tonight. Gotta get some dancing done. Okay, modules got updated. Here's the binary library. I don't know if this is the main branch or not. Oh yeah, I saw this detached branch, by the way. I will delete that. Yeah, looks good. So it's up to date. Here as well, I assume. Let me check out this this other branch here, because I do want to remove that. I don't want it to be there if it's not meant to be there. Yeah, this one's old. And so like it's in my commit history anyway, so it's not like I need to preserve it. How do I delete a branch? See, I have it in my Obsidian notes. Actually, it's closed. Just do it here. How to delete branch in Git. Let me open Obsidian. Somewhere. Where would I open it? Actually, let's leave it. This I need to sort out this dual monitor thing, because right now, like, these different workspaces, the even numbered ones go on my second monitor, whereas the odd numbered ones go on my main monitor here, and that's really annoying. I'd rather that it's just like dual screen for each workspace, because like otherwise it literally halves my workspaces, and then I have to like only go to odd numbers, and it's really confusing. Git branch delete, won't delete if unmerged. Okay, I don't know if it's that, but so just git branch. Whoa. Git branch delete. Detached. Not found. Well, why is it there then? Git branch. Main. So this says I only have a main branch. So can I just delete it from GitHub? Surely. Okay, it's been deleted. Sick. That was pretty easy. Let me just refresh the cache. It says I have one branch here. It's still there, but I assume it'll go away later. Cool. So I'll update my documentation later. Let me actually use it first in my project. Yep, so here's my XFBIN library. Just open it in NeoVim, right? So what are we actually doing with this now? Including binary HPP. Also error to HPP. Yeah, so I need to change the errors to match the other system. I'm using from syntax. Very good. Didn't I set up a reader? I did, right? I think if I go to detail, yeah, XFBIN reader. I set up a separate class just for reading, which is cool. And where is it? This is the CPP file for that. Yep. So right now it's empty, but that's just because I haven't ported the code yet. Let me sort that out now. Yep. So this is from. Here you can see I've got the visitor syntax. This will convert a binary error to an XFBIN error. So I do need to flesh these out, but I'll do it later. But yeah, this works exactly as I intended, right? I have the binary error class, static namespace, whatever, and I have file not found, so that's fine. Actually, let me just check that it is actually in the right namespace. Why is this the same size? Okay. Binary detail error. Yeah, it is. Okay, good. Yeah, that's fine. And then I got null file error, and it just passes in whatever information is necessary. So these won't work. Well, will they work? Null file doesn't take any arguments, does it? Yeah, it doesn't. So I'll just do this for now. Wait, null file. Null file isn't even. Oh, that's okay. Forget that. Right, we'll come back to that later. For from. Yeah, just an XFBIN error there. Just converts it. Because it's a binary error. Yep, so binary from, that's correct. Then you got the reader, and we parse it using the very cool, you can only parse on R values. That's a cool syntax there that I got from AI. It taught it to me. And then we have this code, right? So I will copy this. Actually, no, I won't. I'm not going to copy it. I'm gonna do it manually so I can really go through it properly. So it says here, handle the read errors properly. I don't know what the API is anyway. Okay, this is where documentation would come in handy, wouldn't it? So looking at binary view, the read functions, they can error. They can error because I assume P can error. Yeah, for out of bounds. Okay, fair enough. So yeah, I need to handle that correctly. I mean, do I need to handle it though? I can just discard it if I know for certain that I'm not out of bounds. Although, to be fair, I never know if the XFBIN data that's being passed in is truncated. If it is, then I will get an out of bounds error. So actually, that's totally valid to still to not just discard, because I don't know for certain. Yeah, like here I'm returning error cut short. That's not correct. So we're gonna go between these two files. So parse header. What the hell? Okay, so the first thing we do is we get the magic, right? And we check it against the correct magic, right? So auto maybe file signature equals, and we have, so here in the class we have a binary view data, so we'll do data dot read. We're reading a string, so we'll do that standard string. Is that correct? Yes, that's, yeah, because we want a specific size, so we have to do standard string. Like that should be correct. But we're going to using, well, first of all, using this is Kojo. That's necessary, and then also Kojo type abbreviations. So I'll make use of those. So I can do SV instead. So data read SV for, stir, even for, and then we do an if not, then return an error. So return standard unexpected. Oof. And it'll be a binary error. Well, XFBIN error, right? From, our binary error. So maybe file signature dot error. I believe that's correct. So like it just converts it. Oops. That should be correct. Let me just check here. Yeah, same thing we did here. Nice. Okay, that's fine. Yeah. Then we want to check that it's actually the right one. We have a constant called file signature in our actual class here. Let me just confirm that. Here we go. Static host expert string view file signature should be nucc. If it's not, then we have a mistake here. Should I put a comment? Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh my god, how do I switch? Okay, right. nucc. Wait, do I have 010? I do. Fucking hell. That's big. Let's zoom out a bit, please. Can I change the scale of the application? I don't know. Oh well. Also, is this code in Qt? I'm curious. So let's just make a. This is JPEG. Let's just try nucc. See what the thing is. Hex v, please. Right. So it's 4E5. That's right. So I could shove that. Close this. Discard changes. Go here, and in the comments, just put this. I swear I copied it. Okay, I guess I didn't. It's 4E. Oh, well, now I can't remember. Damn it. Copy. Okay. What the hell? Okay, fine. 4E554343. Those are the bytes. Anyway, so yeah, so I have my file signature there. So I would check if okay, well I guess this actually turns a reference, so it's actually okay. Because like we're just checking this. We don't need to like read into it. So if mail file signature equals file signature, rather if it doesn't equal that, then return unexpected XFBIN error, mismatched, or like mismatched file signature, or like invalid file signature, unrecognized, I don't know, just mismatched file signature, and we'll pass in the one that was given to us. The reason I don't store this into another variable, well, I mean, I could do a string reference, right? Like send a string, okay, bro, string reference, file signature, because like this does return a reference, so that should be okay. And then I just avoid copying it, right? So then I can do this instead. Yeah. Yeah, that should be okay. Yeah. If my achievement is like file signature. Now I do wonder, would this compare the? No, this is a string, so it should do a string comparison as opposed to a pointer comparison. So that should be okay, I assume. If not, I'll find out pretty quickly. Yeah, does this compile, actually? Okay, God forbid I look for CMake. Oh boy, I need to, okay, so this is not set up properly. Go put out here. Yeah, I have all these CMake files. Let me just check here. This also has CMake files. Okay, so I'm gonna create a directory build. Ooh, that's for deleting. No, D build. Made it. Okay. Then I'm going to cd into build. CMake dot dot. cd out. And then CMake build. Build. Missing CMake cache.txt. Okay, remove directory build. What the hell? I thought that's how you do it, no? CMake. What? Build? Okay, thanks for nothing. It's here. It's weird. It should work. Try again. Hold on. This is no CMake folder. Why is that? Whoops. Rather, this one has. Yeah, this one has no CMake folder, but this one does. Why is that? CMake, just config. I don't know if I can complain about that. So make directory build, and then cd build, then CMake dot dot. Do I CMake install? No. Then oh no, make. No targets found. Yeah, obviously. Build. Or CMake build dot CMake dot dot. Bro. That seemed to work for me, but nothing's building. Oh, for God's sake. Wrong one. Yeah, so I have the build file. Build folder, rather. Missing CMake cache.txt. Why is it missing it? Okay, let me just remove all the existing files here. So CMake cache, remove that, remove make file, like remove everything and git ignore basically. So let me just check this. Yeah, like xbin config dot CMake. Doesn't exist. It does. Oh, sorry, I did not make. remove version.cmake, remove cmake install, I assume. Yep, cmake install. .cmake, remove those. And I assume cmake folder as well? No, it's .cmake. What is this cmake? Okay, let me remove the cmake folder as well. CMake files as well, remove CMake files. And that's all right. Okay, then cd into build, cmake ... Now we're cooking with gas. Okay, it did create something. Error. What's wrong? Line 48. Okay. Was I not supposed to delete that? Cd out of here, cmake, just build. What's wrong? No such file or directory. Bro, what? Yeah, I definitely deleted something I shouldn't have. She makes a pain in the ass. Okay. I mean, okay, so I need to create a new file. So new directory, cmake, inside that, create a new file called XFBIN config.cmake.in. At the top, package init in @ symbols for some reason, then include $, the variable cmake current list directory / xfbin targets.cmake. Okay, and then for the dependencies I could list them manually, or it seems like I can just do check required components, so I'll just do that. Check required components xfbin. That is assuming my thing is called xfbin though, right? What if it's not called that? Oh, it is called that. fair enough. So let me CMake now. Said it works. So can I CMake build? I can. Okay, nice. Be kind of surprised if it, well, wait, it shouldn't compile at all. Okay. So what we got? No member visit. Was it overloaded? Oh yeah. Overloaded should be in the binary library, but. So where's this? This is in Kojo binary error. Oh? Wait, what am I doing? XFBIN or CPP, which is here, I think. On line 8. Right, so it should be standard visit first of all. And then error should be down here. Also, but then overloaded is not defined, so I need to define that myself. So within this library, wherever the errors are kept, that header, yep, I need to have overloaded. Do I just define it globally? I probably do. So it should be here somewhere. Yeah, here. So just paste it there. As soon as it becomes standard, I'll just leave it. Oh, for God's sake. There we go. All right, let's push that. Add overloaded helper, since it's not yet standard. Don't know why it's not standard, but that's not what we're here to question. And then git submodule update, yeah, again. We should be able to compile better now. I mean, without that particular error. What we got? Null file is not a member. Nice. So the visitor syntax itself works. This doesn't work, but that's okay. Is unknown even a thing? I don't know. So where is XFBIN error actually defined? Include XFBIN. Error should really be in detail, because we don't include it directly. Okay, yeah, so this definitely needs refactoring here. So let me, or reworking even. So we're going to take the same, really the same kind of setup here. So we're going to copy this first of all. Just simply paste, okay. Right, so I'm going to copy this into my clipboard and then paste it here. So you got all of these. And then all of these are useless. We're going to replace them. So we're going to have our struct XFBIN error. The codes will be damned. Have our constructor there. But okay. We'll have our constructor there. But call it XFBIN error instead. Okay, then we have our structs. Each struct So what we got? Null file. What does that even mean? Okay, so struct. I mean, I don't know. I probably want to have detailed information, right? But mind you, like, the XFBIN library knows how it's using the binary stuff, so it should be able to give more detailed errors that are specific to the XFBIN. So like file not found, invalid file, file not open. These are all failures to open the file. So, in fact, let me actually inspect that code in question. Damn. So it doesn't even check if the file is an XFBIN. It should probably check if the file extension is not XFBIN, to be fair. I mean, it doesn't have to, but like, I don't know. Maybe I don't do that. Just skip that step. Yeah. Yeah, I think I'll skip that step. Okay. In that case, it just loads the file. So if it's file not found or invalid file or file not open, should these be separate errors? Like fail to open the XFBIN, not a valid XFBIN file, file not found. Yeah. Out of bounds, like these memory errors are less important. Really, like if I get an out of bounds error, that just indicates that the XFBIN ran out of, just like somehow got to an unexpected end. Same with size exceeded. Insufficient memory could happen, I suppose. And null pointer. When is that even called? Null pointer. Literally, like, that's never used, but okay. Yeah, okay, whatever. So let's go back to the error thing here. Yeah, so insufficient memory. That's possible. Actually, let me just fill this one out first so I can copy it. So, so I'll have a thingy, right? I don't think null pointer is an issue here, so I don't think I need to consider that. So let's make this 0. Standard string to string, right? It's const, of course. Yeah, return standard format. Yeah, so ran out of memory. So really it's like failed to allocate sufficient memory to load the XFBIN. Do I scrap the information? Address x size requested size. Yeah, just encode it like that, I guess. So it's sort of going off the fucking thing, but okay. And 2 variables, what are they? I have to reinterpret the cast, reinterpret cast. size t, and just size should be fine there, right? Let me just copy these. Whoopsie. What? Sorry. Okay. I do not like how this is going off the thing. But like, literally, what can I do about that? Not much. Yeah. Okay. Let's put this on its own line. Looks goofy as hell, but okay, I guess the job done. So that's that. Yep. Next struct, or error type, whatever. Size exceeded. So if I get a size exceeded or out of bounds, the file is too small. So I call this cut short, but yeah, like unexpected end. This has a 1. Reached unexpected end of XFBIN. Yeah. This has position. This has an address. So not too much. Not too much I can really say about that. So this just has no. Yeah, just no information. Really. Oops. Okay. And then this does have a default constructor. These do not. Actually, hold on. For the null pointer here, oh, it just doesn't even, right, of course, because it's just default. So I don't even need that. Right, okay. Fine. Then we have mismatched file signature. Actually, no, first the file ones, right? So, what were they? So, file not found, invalid file, file not open, right? So, first of all, file not found. Actually, I'll just copy this. These, plural. Yikes. Yep. Okay. These are different codes. So the idea here is that these codes for like 0 to like 9, I guess, whatever, they are to do with the binary library, and then the codes from 100 plus will be to the actual XFBIN. Yep. So XFBIN at cannot be found. XFBIN is not a valid file, move a directory instead. And cannot open, I don't know, XFBIN at cannot be opened. Or fail to open. Right? For God's sake. Yep. Sounds good to me. Again, just change these codes. So this one should be 3. And this one should be 4. Okay. Then we can do another one. So we have mismatched file signature. Very long-winded name, but it is correct. This will have a code of 100. It is the most basic XFBIN error. Yep. Mismatched file signature. So expected file signature NUCC, but got something else. Was it 4E? What's it? 4E 554343. Yeah. So here we do given file signature. Should be a thing here. Const standard string given file signature. And just replace that here as well. For God's sake. Okay. Looks good. So, well, to then use this here, yeah, perfect. Literally that. Actually, mind you, well, no, because you create a copy, so it's fine, as it should do for an error. Just so to keep things safe, so things are always in scope. Not like it's not a huge compromise. God's sake. Okay. And then the only other one to do is right now. There will be more later. Is mismatched file version, or just mismatched version actually. Mismatched XFBIN version. Although, well, no, just version because it's already an XFBIN library. Right, so change this to 1. Expected XFBIN version 121. But got something else given version, right? So just replace file signature with version. Same here. Yeah. Also, it's a uint32t. Now the bad thing here, oh, for God's sake. Now the bad thing here is that the uint. Oh. Okay. Yeah, sorry. So the bad thing here is that the what the hell? These are hard-coded values. I'm hard-coding like the XFBIN version and whatnot. But that's because this file doesn't include the XFBIN class, so I can't access the XFBIN class's thingies. If I did, it'd be a mutual inclusion error, which is really problematic. The only way I can really circumvent that is yeah, I don't actually know. Yeah, it's really problematic. But for now, this is fine. If I figure out how to fix that, I will. But for now, it's not really a big deal anyway. It doesn't change any of the actual API. So now I can just delete this. All of that. Bye-bye. And this. And then down here, I just have my variant. So I'll have that and my other methods there, utility methods. This one, yeah. So what do we have? We have all of these. We don't have that. We have these are both under unexpected end. File not open. We have mismatched file signature and mismatched version. Okay, and then these are just automatic. So those errors should now work. Do we have any unknown errors to account for? I guess it's possible. Okay, we'll add an unknown. What the hell? I just switched files again somehow. Dude, again, like misclicking a NeoVim is like it has the potential to just like mess up everything. Struct unknown. Yeah, or like like miscellaneous error. Unknown error? Custom error? Like custom? I'll just do unrecognized with a Z. God kill me. Actually, let me just check for British spelling real quick in these names. Okay, yeah, because that could be a problem. Unrecognized. Yep. So if it's an unrecognized error, the code here, like 909 whatever, standard string to string, it will just return message, where message is a const standard string message, simple as, and these will just be like that as well. Do that. Yep. Replace this with a standard string. Delete this and this. Replace address. Well, no, replace address with message. Yeah. So now we have support custom errors, which is very useful. In case we get something that we don't recognize, like if I update the binary library and I get an error that's not meant to happen, that I didn't account for, rather. So let me then add this here. So we're in this file, right? Yep. So we have these conversions, but for the base case, it should be XFBIN error unknown, and it should just pass in. What's the error here? The error is the thingy, so error.toString. And that should work. And then let's see if this compiles. This is include. That was fast. Surprisingly fast. How it picked up on that. Is it here? Yep. Yeah, detail slash. You got me. I don't have where. Okay. Expected semicolon to string. This is in the error thing. Line 22. Right. It's not even a function. Same file, 127. What's wrong? Expected unqualified ID before token? Unqualified ID. Huh? Oh, right. Wrong thing. Okay. Variant color convert based on close initialized list. 143. It's interesting. What's wrong there? Redefinition of struct overloaded. Oh, yeah, it is defined twice, isn't it? Ah, that is actually problematic. It being defined twice. I guess I just don't define it here. But yeah, that is actually a big problem. If like multiple libraries define overloaded, I guess I kind of have to namespace it then, don't I? Oh wait, wrong one. This one. Yeah, I'll just delete this because I'm not using it anyway. But that would be a problem usually. I didn't understand this error. The brace initializer. What's wrong with that? It works fine in the other one, in my other library. I just can't do that. Okay, so then here, made a mistake. I said unknown, it should be unrecognized. No matching function call from visit overloaded from lambda const auto what? How did I mess this up? Overloaded. Yeah, so overloaded, open brace, close brace at the end, and then the error, then close brace. What's wrong with this? It's a binary error, so that should work. What's wrong with this? I don't understand this error message here. Well, when in doubt about error messages, ask AI. What's going on with this error? Right. Even here, right? No, that's the error there. So what's the variant? Just dot variant. Well, fair enough. So do I just do error dot variant then? Ooh, should that be a function? It's a bit dodgy, but no, it's fine, I guess. Okay, fine. So error dot variant. From XFBIN or CPP 21. From is not a member of XFBIN error. Is it not? Right, I need to define it. What? What is this, bro? In that case, it needs to know binary error. That needs to be in scope. Where is this even being included from? Is it being included from the main one? It is. Okay, so same for the error then. So for the error, I would include this as well. And then I'd specifically have a function for that built in. Right? So here, I'd have this thing here. Returns itself. Right? So it's just a from. Wow, wow, wow. Wow, 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 wow. Ooh, that's not static. That should be static, right? Yeah. Oh boy. Lots of errors there. Okay. XFBIN reader was not declared in this scope. This is again in CPP. Oh my days, in CPP. CPP, I said. That's here. Okay. Okay. Flippity flack. Why? This XFBIN reader, right? So I need to include XFBIN reader because that's like a separate thing. So how should I include XFBIN? Well, really, the HTTP should just include it, right? Like there's no reason for it not to. So reader. Okay, so that's not really helpful. Reader to HTTP. XFBIN reader. Okay, so that should put that in scope. Oh, for God's sake. Binary view does not name a type. Yikes. Let's find the reader. Don't be recursive. Where's the reader? It's recursive. Yeah! Okay, in that case I need to include it manually. So how should I include... Well, that's included anyway. Okay, yeah. Fuck me. Okay, so I need to do this then. I can't have it here. So I need to instead add it to the CPP file directly. Just so like it's in scope. And then for the reader, whoops, for the reader, it's already there, I think. Yeah, it is. Okay, that should be fine. In fact, I'm now including it twice, aren't I? So here, this shouldn't include that. Because that includes the main thing. Yeah, God, I really hate includes, bro. This is so annoying. But okay, that works. No, it doesn't. Binary view does not name a type. Still? Right, because it needs to include it itself. So let's go again. reader.hpp. Need to include, but it includes XFBIN.hpp, which includes binary view. So that's weird, right? This, yeah, because this includes Kojo binary. Probably because I need to like prefix it. So let's go again. This file, yeah, that's right. So namespace Kojo. Let's not forget that. Okay, now it should work. Oh, so this needs to include guards like hell. Let me include those. And if Kojo XFBIN reader. Do I have the errors too, right? I do. Okay, that's fine. We compile, see what happens. Big error. No matching function call to variant. What? What? Here. From muted error, what's wrong? Oh boy. Ah, this is quite the error. Fuck me. Okay. So this is, so maybe data is a binary. Yeah, so this would return a binary error, which is should it be dot variant? I think so. Wow. Jesus Christ. That has to be better. That has to be easier to set up, honestly. I'll come back to it later. Okay, and then what's this? No such file directory. This whole time, bruh. Error.cpp. Do I even use this? I do. Awkward. Okay, I'm gonna just delete all of this. But I will take this from code and I'll use that instead. So XFBIN slash detail, include that. Don't need to include any of these, and that should work in theory. Cross fingers. Doing gang signs, bruh. It compiles. Cool. I think so. Nope. Main.cpp. Okay, well that's what the fucking test. Who cares about that? But okay, test main. Why am I even including that? Okay, we'll just ignore that. But I will include xfbin.hpp. We're gonna just ignore all that because what the hell even is going on? I was testing error handling, but no need. Right. Okay. Nice, it worked. Right, so we're going to git add, git commit. Ooh, sort out XFBIN error struct. That worked. Okay, nice. And then we're going to git push. So, and I think we're good to go. Good to go. What? I think we are in the money. Okay, I'm not going to say anything. I went too far. Nice. Okay, I'm going to stop there because I'm going to go out right now. But hey, good progress. So now that I have the error handling set up for my XFBIN class, I can get into the actual parsing of the XFBIN. So I'm kind of scared because it's not particularly easy, but it will be important, and I look forward to getting it done. So yeah, things are looking good. Subscribe to see more. Oh, by the way, on my channel now, I've created more playlists for like C++, Rust, programming, language design. So like these like my Zettelkasten, like I've now split up these projects, so I'll be able to. So if you're interested in looking at specific projects I'll be working on, you can track that, and myself as well. I can also track that. I don't have any playlists actually for this project specifically, the binary stuff and the XFBIN stuff. But it's fine. It's not that huge anyway. Maybe create a playlist for like XFBIN specifically, but I don't know. I don't know how big this project will even be in the end. I might split it up into different projects. Anyway, so that's just there. Anyway, just so you know. Yeah, subscribe to see more stuff.